This is the second video for the planning process, and it covers flowcharting and pseudocode. So what you have in your packet here is this flowchart example here, and you'll notice you have really four different symbols. An oval up here is a start-stop box. A parallelogram is an input-output box. A rectangle is a process box. This parallelogram is used for output, and another oval to stop. At the bottom of your sheet, there's a diamond. A diamond, okay, is a box for a decision. It's a diamond. It's there for an if-else decision kind of a control structure. We'll get into that in Chapter 4. Okay, so what happens in our flowchart? A flowchart is a graphical solution, a very general graphical solution to our task. And what do we want to do here? We want to find the miles per gallon used on a trip. So here's what we do. We list our variables at the top. Okay, miles per gallon, miles, and gallon. We list our variables, and then I start. That's an oval. Then I have a parallelogram for input. And what do we want to input? How many miles and how many gallons. And then what we want to do is we want to use a rectangle for processing, and we want to calculate the miles per gallon by dividing miles by gallons. And then we have a parallelogram for output. We want to display the miles per gallon, and we stop. So basically we start, we input data, miles and gallons, we process, miles divided by gallons will give us the MPG, and then we display the miles per gallon. Now that's just a graphical solution, a simple graphical solution to our task. A pseudocode is a much more detailed, in-depth, English-like solution. So what we do with the pseudocode is that we basically, number one, declare our variables, miles, gallons, and MPG. And then in number two, I say display. How many miles did you drive? And then I say input a value into miles. Now in C++, a display is equivalent to a cout. Cout puts something on the monitor. And in C++, when you input a value into a variable, that's equivalent to a cin statement. And more on that later on. So here's the pseudocode. Here's the exact, very specific steps that give us a solution to our task. We have to display or prompt the user by saying, how many miles did you drive? And then we're going to input a value into the variable miles. We're going to say display how many gallons of gas did you use. We're going to input a value into the variable gallons. Then we're going to calculate MPG is assigned or equal to miles divided by gallons, and then we're going to display on the monitor you got XXX miles per gallon. So a pseudocode is the exact English-like statements that provide the solution to our task. What do we do from the pseudocode? From the pseudocode, we actually go into our program, our C++ program, our Visual Studio program, our Visual C++, and we actually translate these English-like statements, we translate these into official C++ code. And that's going to come next.